Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today another scenario by one of my naval architects, in case that's a new term for you. A naval architect is a Patreon supporter who gets to send in a scenario per month, and depending on the amount of scenarios there will be a vote on Patreon, and if your scenario is voted in, then I will do your scenario and turn it into a video. And HiBACONBOMB sent this one in. Unthinkable. Operation Unthinkable has begun. Allied forces are moving in, but bogged down by Soviet forces. The Allies need to open up a front in the Pacific and defend. I need to defend Vladivostok. Alright, the extended briefing. Comrade, the Allies have attacked our forces in Central Europe and are moving in. However, our superior numbers are holding the line. The Americans intend to open up a new front from the Pacific via Vladivostok. However, our new battleships were just launched. Take a small force with the battleships and destroy the enemy force before they can attack the city. Our submarines were able to cripple the American carriers, so there will be no threat of enemy aircraft. Now, of course, the game doesn't have any aircraft carriers, but this is a nice, quick way to make sure that you have it sort of covered in the story. Because normally, I suppose that the US would be sending an aircraft carrier, or 2 or 10, along with them. Now, the objective, straightforward. Destroy all enemy transports and the battleships. These guys need to go, because this is the landing force and these are the escorts. Secondary objective, destroy all the enemy cruisers. Now, the battleship that I'm going to be designing must have short range, guns no larger than 16 inch and have torpedo launchers. I'm not sure how useful the torpedo launchers will be, because overall, lately, the AI is ridiculously good at dodging torpedoes. We'll just have to see if I can get either a large swarm of torpedoes launched or, I don't know, get lucky with a torpedo. We'll see. Too many ships. Yeah, we'll see. Now, we have a super battleship hull. I'm not sure if this is a new one for the Russians, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Good lord, that's a long boy. How long is that hull? 111 feet? Sorry, 1115 feet. And what's that in normal metrics? Millimeters, no. I think centimeters is fine. 339 meters, that's it? Huh. I was expecting something a bit bigger. Anyway, we'll just have to work with that ship, and I suppose that that should be perfectly doable. Now, the ship must have short range, check. Let's go with a good defensive structure, maximum bulkheads. These are new ships, according to the story. So with that in mind, I can very easily rectify or justify putting on a lot of different advanced structures and advanced systems. I'm not sure if this thing was already in the game or not, the tall secondary tower. But, of course, the advanced tall tower, the advanced tower is probably more useful. Long range accuracy plus 12, and this is only plus 7. Alright. Ooh, this is interesting. A funnel station. Does that mean I can actually put something on there? Like a 2-inch? Yes. But only a 2-inch single. Anything larger than that, and the game goes, nope, can't have that. And if I put it over there... Error. Part. You don't say. Okay. I think that if I put it over here, it's perfectly fine. Yeah. But if I put it in either of the funnel slots, that doesn't work. That's probably more feasible with the tall funnel X. Alright, propulsion-wise, let's go for maximum oil, full oil burners. Although... Yeah, why not? We're an advanced ship. Let's go with the diesel 2s. I want a high-end auxiliary engine, and I want a very mobile ship. All the armor in the world, anti-torpedo blister. I'll just add 7,000 tons. Let's go with 4. Considering that I do consider torpedoes to be a threat, and I have a turning circle of 500 meters, I think having another torpedo blister is going to help. 500 meters is actually not that bad, come to think of it. But then again, I'm only doing 22 knots. Yeah, right. I suppose this is better. Okay then. I want to have auto loaders and I want to have advanced hydraulics. excellent radar, excellent stereoscopic rangefinder, advanced radio telegraph, and let's go with sonar 2. This does give me about 14,000 tons to work with when it comes to firepower. Turning circle is now 675. Not great, not terrible. Engine efficiency could do with a bit of a bonus. Huh. These things have a very good engine efficiency, or funnel capacity. 89, 75, or just 70. For 1,000 tons. These are 1,100 tons. And give you substantially more funnel capacity. At the expense of just 1 point of smoke interference more? Interesting. Now, I guess I'm going to have to use 2 of these then. It is a bit sad not to be able to use the turret stations there, the secondary turrets, the 2-inchers, but okay. We'll just have to make do. Engine efficiency, 100%, 50% acceleration, and considering it is a diesel engine, I can throw it in reverse without taking a ton of damage. Now, main guns, maximum 16-inch. Let's go with a 16-inch dual barrel, because I haven't played with dual barrels for a while. So there's going to be a dual barrel there. I suppose that's going to look a little silly if I put that on, but something like this fits pretty snugly. It does look like a substantially smaller gun than you would expect on a battleship this size. Okay. And I want to have one there, and... What? I cannot put a gun here? Are you serious? I can put secondaries there, but not a main? Oh. That's interesting. So if I want to have another main turret, we're going to have to shift the ship around a little bit. We're going to have to put the main superstructure forward. And then shift this thing back. Throw in another barbette. And put a turret on it. Unfortunately, the secondary tower seems to... Oh! That thing doesn't stick to the secondary tower. That would do it. There we are. 4 weight offset, 6.3%. I can probably bring it back slightly. 5.7. 4.6. 4.8. It's so weird having the what's that, the quarterdeck, not being able to use main guns. What if I go for the smallest one? Oh, a 9-gun fit, a 9-inch fits. 10? Fits. 11? Does not fit. So you could put in a 9 or a 10 there. That's amusing. Is it useful? I don't know. But I do find it amusing. You can only put it there though. Holding shift or control does not allow me to put it any farther back. Would this be useful? If I'm turning away from the enemy, could this thing actually work? Maybe. Maybe. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try. Now, that gives me about 5,000 tons. I still have to have a look at the firepower. Let's not have any turrets pop off today. Oh, barbettes. Shit. Reduce the torpedo blister a little. And then put on some secondaries. And also torpedo launchers, which the game, or which the scenario urges me to have. You know what? Maybe the 9-inch is better to be removed and then put the torpedo launchers on there. What? Geez, this thing is restrictive. I can only have the torpedo launchers here, but I cannot put anything else down there. I can, however, put another smaller gun down there. Like an 8-inch dual barrel is too big. It interferes with the torpedo tubes. 7-inch is fine. Firing angles are not great, but they do help. Alright, let's go with a few more 7-inch dual barrels. I gotta keep those smaller ships away from me. Do these have enough pen to do anything useful against ships such as cruisers? At a range of 10,000 meters, they penetrate 7.6 inches of armor. That's a no. That doesn't do very much. So with super heavy shells, I can ramp it up to 11.4 from 10.4 to 11.4. Well, it's an improvement. And if I go for 2 powder, I can push it to 12.1. I'll take it. The alternative is to go with 8-inch dual barrels, which at 7,500 meters have a pen of 15 versus 12. Let's say a heavy cruiser packs about 6 inches of armor, effectively double that. Yeah, we're going to need bigger guns. We're going to need the 8-inch duals. Let's see if we can make use of some of the casemates. Yes. Oh, sorry, not... Yeah, they are casemates. Short barbettes, that's what I was looking for. Short barbettes. I suppose that they can't really sit there very well. I do want to have these things actually be able to turn. Recently I've had a couple of bad experiences with guns not turning, so hopefully this will work. Good firing arc, covering most of the ship. I'm going to have another one over here, defending the bow. And then we're going to put a couple of smaller guns down here. In the form of 4-inch dual barrel. And then I should be able to house a few more torpedo launchers here and here. I don't like this one though. It's not in line with the other ones. And I cannot remove it. Or I cannot relocate it to the position exactly where I want it. So if you're not going to comply, then you're going to get removed. If I put this one down here... No, that won't turn. And if I put it down there, it's going to interfere with the 8-inch too much. My thinking here is that I don't really have a whole lot of secondaries to deal with the destroyers yet. Sure, 8-inch guns work, but they take 15 seconds to reload. These 4-inchers only take 6 seconds. That's substantially more interesting. Let's put a couple of 3-inchers for additional support at a range of 7. Although, if I get to 7 kilometers out, I'm going to have probably bigger issues. Any other snugly positioned turrets there? Okay, I suppose that's going to be sufficient. Let's shift this thing slightly farther back. And I need to upgrade my torpedo launchers. We're going to go with 23-inch torpedoes for no particular reason, and these are going to be electrics. Give them a range of 13 kilometers. Which does mean that they're not, well, not that great. Some parts are badly placed. Is that due to the torpedo size? No. So that could then be down to these things. Error. Shoot. Shoot what? Shoot? Okay. Let me troubleshoot this. Alright, troubleshot. The problem was that I had the turret over there, and I think that it started to cram into the torpedo launchers here. I finished the rest of the ship off. I have a couple of triple torpedo launchers here. I have the quintuples over there. And I have a load of armor on this ship. 14 inches of belt, 18 inch on the conning tower, 18 inch on the turrets, 10 turret top, 10 secondaries. This thing started out with a lot of armor already. And it got only better after that. So, I suppose that she's ready. We are slightly heavy, but this sonar will allow me to push in a little closer and hopefully spot torpedoes before they become a threat. Alright, let's put it to the test. This is the ship Chesma. Alright, once more, here's the lineup. My 2 battleships, 4 cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 6 destroyers against their battleships, their escorts, and their transports. We have to sink this invasion fleet before they land on Vladivostok. Let's see what sort of ships I have. The heavy cruisers, Admiral, Makarov, Rossia, and Neptune. Few bulkheads. Very good speed. Small-ish torpedo launchers, just the 2 of them. 8-inch guns, 5-inch secondaries. Single barrel. Okay. Triples, quadruple, sorry, triple 4-inch, 4-inch. Another 4, 2-inch. Done. Alright. I want the other heavy cruiser to also join that. Light cruisers, Rinda and Kuban. Minimum bulkheads. Fantastic. 6-inch guns. Torpedo launchers. At a range of 21.4. If I'm going to use those, it's going to be against the transports. Then we got the Turkmenets and Lieutenant Pushkin. Destroyer, standard bulkheads. Slower than the light cruisers. Slower than the heavy cruisers. Tell me, what's your selling point? You got torpedoes ranging out to 14.4, but they're only 19-inch. You're a sort of gunboat. And your torpedoes is 1 quintuple, 2 quadruples, and 2 singulars. Huh. Interesting. Alright, here's the plan. What I want to do is make sure that my destroyers go on the hunt against any kind of transport, because that's what they seem to be suited for. The light cruisers and the heavy cruisers, I'm just going to put them as a screening force for my battleships to see how well they can handle that command now. So I want you to screen for the battleships. The light cruisers, I'll just tell them to follow the battleships. That's what they're doing. And the DDs, well, we need to figure out where their ships are. They're on a perpendicular course. They're going to be sporting 8 18-inch guns. Whoa. Okay. That's going to be your main target right there. I range 29.3. I don't have the range. Huh, okay. Then we have a couple of heavy cruisers. Huge hull, small guns. 8-inch guns. Lots and lots of 2-inch guns. Alright. That's another heavy cruiser. And this is a light cruiser with 12 6-inch guns and 18 3-inch guns. And torpedo launchers. Lovely. And these would be destroyers. With 6 4-inch guns and a couple of 2s and some torpedo launchers on the stern. Alright. Considering the range, we need to get into range first. So, commence your port turn. And prepare to open up against the battleships. Heavy cruisers. Let's see if the AI is actually better at doing maneuvers. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen initially. They're gonna try and take up positions around the battleships. And I'm also hoping that... Oh, they only got Hydro 3? Well, that's not great. Moreover, they have light shells, and they have a reduced complement of said shells. Okay. Yeah. That's not stellar. Putting it mildly. Destroyers. Please find me some transports. Because I'm kind of expecting to see those. They should not be that easy to conceal. They, of course, have range on me. But I think they're shooting my DDs. Is that true? Yeah. They're trying to hit the lead destroyer. That's fine. Let them try. Let them try. With your battleships, I need you to go on the offensive. Because with that limited range, we're going to have to push in a little bit. Ow. Jesus. One 18-inch hit. Probably high explosive. That thing just got murdered. One shot, one DD dead. Stern belt extended penetration for 2018 damage, and the whole ship just burned up. Well, that's a great start. I think it's a bit early to set a smokescreen, but considering the hazard that these things pose, it's probably not too early. Is there anything in range? Yeah, a cruiser. A light cruiser at that. It's not really that interesting of a target. Note how the AI is now keeping the battleships very much at range. That's interesting. Normally they either come towards you or move away from you, and now they're moving perpendicular, or parallel. So they're sort of staying at range and utilizing, or what seems to be utilizing, their advantage. Now, since my guns don't have anything better to do, let's see if I can hit the light cruiser. The Tron Mania. Ooh, that's going to be a good shot. Not necessarily an actual hit, but there's my thumbnail. Yeah, this thing is going to be difficult to hit. We only have a 1% chance to hit. Then again, considering that I have 16-inch guns and you're a light cruiser, I probably only need one hit. Now, what's the range to their ships? Around 14? Yeah, around 14. So my ships are slowly but steadily getting into torpedo range. There is a bit of a swarm happening here, but they're all moving that way. So we need to turn that way and fix that. Unfortunately, we're out of smoke screens right now. So for the next 3 minutes, it's going to be a really interesting experience. Will I live, or will I get one shot? Or will the other ships open up? Which is also a very real possibility. That the other ships are just going to, well, let's say add their firepower to my troubles. I've got the light cruiser New Orleans here. Many bulkheads. Hydro 3. Ow. See if you can torp the New Orleans. Yeah, we took a bit of a hit. Is that their battleships? Not even. It's their heavy cruisers. There's the battleships. Oh, they're still out of range. Come on, guys. Come on. So far, they've already inflicted damage, and again, and I've done nothing. Light cruiser Marblehead. They're seriously skirting the edges of my range. There we are. Now we're in range. Alright, we're going to turn slightly to starboard. Hopefully opening up the broadside a bit more. DDs are smoking up. Heavy cruisers are doing a pretty good job in staying in formation with the battleships. I like that. We got 2 of them here, 2 of them there. Good. And the light cruisers are also sort of sticking around. Probably a bit bored. Those small 6-inch guns are definitely not going to be in range anytime soon. So we'll just have to let them, well, be a bit more patient. Alright, the battleships are the Louisiana and the Ohio. Few bulkheads, big guns. Reloads in 47.3 seconds. Seemingly having plenty of ammunition as well. And they have coincidence, rangefinder, generation 1 radar. Right. Oh, hold on a moment. Vlad, you have detected torpedoes. Yes, here and here. And these are outbound. Probably from the Vladimir itself. Turn. Or, well... Yeah, turn back a little bit. We need to maintain the range to ensure that I don't get killed off. Now we have done some damage against the Louisiana. One hit, causing 7% of her structural integrity to just vaporize. Unfortunately, she's returning the favor. There's another hit. Again, Louisiana. This time she's on fire. Accuracy is really quite poor. Why is the Chesma so slow? The Chesma suffering from some bug still. Chesma, full ahead flank. 18-4. Wait. 18-5. Yeah, there we go. 18-5. She's speeding up. Now then. These torpedoes, I think, will pose a threat. So, Vladimir, I want you to detach. It means you're the new leader. You're going to turn your whole formation to port. And we're going to have a look at the torpedoes. Got them here and here. Look deep. Could hit the battleship. I hope that they won't. But we'll just see. Also, the Flusser detected torpedoes. And is swiftly turning around. So you have a good sonar array, don't you? Yeah, sonar 3. I just have no clue where my torpedoes are at the moment. Oh, here. Here and here. So the Flusser detected, and immediately the New Orleans starts turning away. Alright. Anybody seen transports yet? All the way over there. Okay. Well, that might be an opportunity. That might be an opportunity. If the DDs turn the other way, as they are, then I should be able to just sort of bypass the main fleet and pass behind them. The battleships are already taking fire. They're locked in conflict with my battleships. And hopefully that means that they're distracted enough not to be shooting the destroyers. Because I don't need the attention on my destroyers right now. Vladimir, rejoin the division of the destroyers. Neutron Mania should be fine. The 8-inch guns of the heavy cruiser are now hitting the light cruiser. Which one? No idea which one. Fuck. Which one got hit? A heavy cruiser got hit. Oh no. I was too focused on keeping my battleships safe that I forgot about my heavy cruiser group. Makarov, New Deal, detach. And follow the Neutron Mania. Rosia. Let's see, which one is the wounded one? The Deris. Detach. You guys, stop screening, just straight up follow. Follow the Chesma, which is currently behind you. That's fine. That's fine. Samson? Plenty of targets around, but those DDs, they will spot your torpedoes. So, just wait for a bit. Just let them continue. Engines damaged on the Deris. Oof. This thing is going to be seriously hurting. Oh, we're damaging the New Orleans. Well, slightly. Also another good hit on the Louisiana. Down to 85. Chesma's on 97. 93. Light cruiser hits a torpedo on a heavy cruiser. Shit, again? This time on Neptune. My torpedoes were ranging 12. The light cruisers had the better torps, I think. Yeah. Let's hand over light cruiser control to the AI. Ideally, I want to be pushing in a bit more towards this side. I know that the battleships are an objective, but those secondary guns could be very useful in a fight against these smaller ships. Fuck's sake, again? They're now hitting DDs. Are these firing sneaky torps or I'm just oblivious? They're not firing sneaky torps. I'm just oblivious. Omaha, however, is not. Detects torpedoes and immediately turns to avoid. Look at that. And she's probably running slow, so she's very, very, very mobile. Alright, Samson detected more torpedoes. It's great for the Samson, but the rest of her division is a bit unpredictable. Oh, Neptune, get out of the way. Another hit in Louisiana. She's down to 78% structural. Very good. How badly is her pan chance? How bad or good? 49. Reverse. 74. Good. I think my deck armor is starting to work. Darius has been able to get rid of most of her water. Excellent. She should be fine. We got the Osborne over there taking fire from the secondary 8-inch guns of the Netromania. She is 10 kilometers out. I think she's the closest target. 4-inch guns will open up at 9.7. Small hits on the Netromania. Not too bad. They're not launching torpedoes yet, because they're not in range. They will be soon. They will be pretty soon. Any more torpedoes I should be concerned about? Don't think so. What are you guys doing? Jesus, I gave you control to the AI to ensure that you're going to be useful, not to leave the battlefield. Get over here. The heavy cruiser is following and engaging the smaller ships, currently opening up against the Osborne. Louisiana down to 73. Good, there we go. Engines damaged, fire and flooding. Torpedoes in the water from the Osborne. Let's slow down a bit, boosting my turning circle. Does the Darius still have an order? Sort of. Sort of. Cuban sinks due to heavy flooding, let me guess. He took a torpedo? Yeah. Now, take note. The Cuban is more or less at the same range as this one. Let's see who fired that torpedo. That was a light cruiser. Light cruiser, there. The Pensacola. Which one's the Pensacola? Pensacola's over here. She has torpedoes which can range 14 kilometers. Right? 14. They have no business hitting a light cruiser at 28 kilometers out. They have absolutely no business. And yes, the cruiser was coming their way. These cruisers are heading away. But it just does not make sense. At least not to me. Alright, Samson. We have the logistics fleet, or the convoy over here. I want you to torpedo that one. I want you to torpedo these two. Lieutenant Pushkin, torpedo Des Moines, torpedo the Sems, and torpedo the Karabasset. More torpedoes, lovely. Come on, get that DD out of the way. Unfortunately, her damage is potentially done. Throw the rudder around. It's just one big line of ships over there. I'll be able to avoid that one. Whether my escort is, I don't know. Any more torps? Yes, here. Single salvo. Ooh. Whatever the fuck that was deadly. That was two 16-inch hits from the battleships. Yeah, that should end the Cleveland real fast. But the bigger question is, why is my battleship engaging a light cruiser? Of all things. I don't mind if it does it with a secondary armament, but not with the mains. We have a range of 13 kilometers on the torpedoes, which means we can not hit anything there. No, 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 no. Yeah, I was not really hoping for that. I thought that I could just have the ships turn, and that the neutral aluminium was going to drag the Makarov and the torpedo would sail past them, between them. Yeah, about that. That didn't quite work. Makarov. There goes the Makarov. Well, I won't have to worry about that escort anymore. Osborne's finally down. That took forever. How much damage did you take? 2200. Okay. Next target should be the Flusser. Marblehead might have launched torpedoes. I'm continuing the turn as much as I can to try and avoid any kind of predictability for torpedoes. So far, moderate effect. DD status, smoke up. We have apparently hit one or multiple transports. Because I saw a torpedo hit. I think. Or did it say it was detecting the torpedo? No. I guess it didn't hit anything yet. Great. How can I expedite this attack? I still have the Darius. And the Rossia. Jesus. These torpedoes are all over the place. Whatever's left of the heavy cruiser group, I want to reform those into one div. And bypass the ships here. And go directly for the transports. Much like I was planning on with the DDs. But the DDs have the problem that they don't really have too much that they can do about the screening light cruisers. I'm sorry about not dodging too many torpedoes, but I'm trying to manage as many units as possible, and as we have just seen, handing them over to the AI is not particularly useful. Because the AI is not very good at managing ships. They just, especially with the light cruisers, they made them turn away instead of come in and be useful. You know what? Let's just torp these guys. Let's try and torp the Marblehead. Continue your turn. There. Torpedoes incoming. Origin New Orleans. Switch to high explosive and wipe out the New Orleans. Torpedo hit on one of the transports. Switching main guns to New Orleans. Serious damage to the New Orleans, and the ship is pretty much lost on instant. There she goes. Extensive fire. Next target, Pensacola. I need to make room for the destroyers to punch through these lines. Just to rush the side here. Chesma is mostly fine. We're still trying to peck away at the battleships. Still barely getting any hits. There she goes. Pensacola's down. Next light cruiser. You have elected to take what? Marblehead? No, the other one. Probably the mobile. Yeah, there she is. Hold on, one of my DDs is detecting torps. Here. Full turn. Heavy cruiser group, status? We're alright. They're not completely unscathed, but hey, we gotta prevent this invasion. If we either lose a couple of ships, or if we get quite a bit of damage, so be it. Damage to the Wilkinson, that's one of my secondary batteries opening up. Probably the 8s and the 4s. And the mains are going to target the Omaha? Right. That's unexpected. Incoming torpedo. Origin. Flosser. Go away. Now I am working my way pretty quickly through sinking all their light cruisers. The problem is, the battleships are not really showing too much signs of damage just yet. So I still have a lot of work ahead of me with the Louisiana and the full health Ohio. And they still have a load of ships that they can throw my way. Oh shit, speaking of. I'll be able to dodge most of those, but I'll probably eat one. Light damage, only 46. Could have been way worse. Oh, hold on. You know what? Throw the ship in reverse. Slowing down quickly. 20 knots, 19 knots, 17 knots, 16 knots, 15 knots. Mobile's down. Forward. 11 knots. Oh shit, those torps. This thing didn't slow down enough. The Omaha's dead. Whoops. Give me the main guns on Marblehead. It's time to start taking these things out faster. 13-inch or 13-kilometer range on the torps. Full head flank. We might be able to slip right between them. Or not. Nope. Rudder is damaged. Natron Mania, what's your plan? Alright, we now have very much open area against the transports. The battleships holding at about 23-kilometer range. Target the battleship with your main guns. That was some serious damage from the main guns. This torpedo blister seems to be earning its keep right now. Heavy cruisers are just chewing through all of these. The DDs can also make work of that. Natron Mania, I need you to speed up and turn back, because we have some battleships to sink. Chesma flooding. Come on. One of their transports is down. Stab in the Chesma. Mostly okay. 3-inch gun doing 174 damage. Wait, the Quincy has detected torpedoes? All the way over here? That's 20 kilometers out. Who launched those? I don't know who launched those. Here. Trace that back. That would be the Chesma. I wouldn't know what other ship it would be. We're still only doing 13 knots. Fine. Keep going. These guys are steadily getting eliminated. Good, I don't need to micromanage that. Holy shit, 16-inch hit against a DD. That was probably against the Wilkinson. Probably my battleship going, shut up and get down. 2700 damage. Good. That's one DD less to worry about. Stop using your main guns against destroyers. I know it's funny, but we don't have that many shells remaining. And there is still the problem that there is a battleship or two that we need to sink. Although one of them seems to have taken quite a few hits and flooding. There's the Ballard. Yeah, the heavy cruisers are having fun here. Turkey shoot. Neutron Mania. Is the Quincy a threat? With 18-inch dual barrel guns. Sorry, 8-inch. Not really. How's your lifespan looking, torpedo-wise? Talbot, sink please. 1%. Holding on 1%. Still holding on 1%. Really? Ah, more flooding. Come on. Karuppiah sinks to extensive fire. This thing is annoying, but not particularly risky, I think. Quincy's chance to pen, 1%. Good luck with that. Talbot. Seriously, how deep are you in the water? Not even that deep. Is this what 1% buoyancy looks like? Then what does 100% buoyancy look like? Is that the ship just floating out of the water? Hold on. Just before she died, slash is dying, the fucker launched a torpedo at me. I gotta give him credit for that. How's that Louisiana doing? She's still doing quite alright. Yep, torpedo detected. There. My rudder has been fixed, so I should have enough capability to avoid that. Good. Now, I was wondering when those 8-inch light guns were going to come in. Right about now. So the transports are basically all gone. San Juan's gone. Louisiana now 15 clicks out. But the problem is, she's heavily angled. Switch to the Ohio. Let the Louisiana fall in behind the Ohio and then pick up the pace again. Shit, I did not dodge that torpedo. Toss out some torps. If only to have them change direction. Shit. Current speed? Still holding at 12. Hold back emergency. 7 knots. 6 knots. Transport Des Moines is gone. Oh, the Ohio is starting to flood. That's excellent. That's really good. Alright, put her into gear. I think if she does speed up, well, at least we'll avoid the majority of the torps. Come on. No, that's gonna hit. Well, that could have been way worse. Like for the Neutron Mania. Full back. Slow, 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 slow. No, she's gonna get hit. Twice. Structural integrity, 50%. We're getting too close to the enemy here. There's torpedoes all over the place. Stick your speed to about 12 to 14 knots. Charles J. Badger is gone. It's another transport. I'm surprised they still have transports at this point. More flooding on the battleship. Neutron Mania. You're fine. Heavy cruiser, are you guys done yet? And there's one more. And we're about to run out of shells. We're down to 75 shells here. The DDs are all over the place. I'm not even sure what happened to the light cruiser. Nothing? What? Hello? Thank you. I think she was stuck under some sort of semi-AI control state. So she was just not responding to anything anymore. I think it's time to start taking things a bit more seriously here. Main guns on the Charlotte. In fact, everything on the Charlotte. All back emergency once again. We really need to be dealing damage to these secondary ships, these escorts. My main turrets are mostly okay, it's just the stern turret that took a bit of damage. There, that's the door end debt. That's the last of the transports. I think. Hold on. Nope. We're not done yet. Loose formation. Go as fast as you can. Chessman 48, Neutron Mania, slightly better. Target the Quincy. Because the Quincy is in a perfect position to cross-torque me. Can't have that. Eliminate. My explosive is not that necessary. Should have switched her out of that a long time ago. That's better. Unfortunately, they are much, much better built than my cruisers. For fuck's sake. Get rid of her. See, that's exactly what I was worried about. That right there. Finish her. You should be fine. Secondaries on the Stetham. These things have sonar 3. They will also detect any kind of torpedoes that I throw their way. Whatever. We have them. Might as well keep them on their toes. How many torpedoes have you eaten? 13! It's still going. Well done, you're an impressive ship. Stetham is down. Thank you. Oh, it took forever. Quincy is getting completely demolished by the Neutron Mania. Their battleships are still very much alive and kicking. I do not have that many shells left. Come on, Quincy. Thank you. New target, Charlotte. Charlotte's also getting attacked by the Chesma. Secondaries on the Stemble. It's remarkable that despite all the torpedo hits on the Chesma, she's still able to do 20 knots. That's really good. Yep, we do have a runner. How fast can you go? 12 knots. So it'll take some time, but the heavy cruisers will catch up. Only fire when you can actually hit. Chesma detected torpedoes, you don't say. Where? I don't see them. Charlotte's down. Next target, Macon. Next target, Minneapolis. Maintain secondaries on the Stemble. Oh, the light cruiser Rinda has finally decided to show up. Let's see if she can make herself useful with those 6-inch guns. That could be the bane of a destroyer. She's looking to kill the Rinda. That's another 3 torps in the Chesma. You've now been hit by 15 torpedoes. Well, I did design her as a brawler, so the torpedo barrier is working. The torpedo blister. Good work. Fire and flooding. You should be able to handle this, right? Now, how's the heavy cruiser group doing? Macon. Heavily damaged, mostly burning. Switch to high explosive. Armor has been demolished. 16-inch high explosive should finish her. That'll do. Main guns in the Ohio. How much shells do you have? 264. You're also running quite low. Rinda? What the hell happened to you? Oh, you just... Oh. You should have this. Yeah, and then she ate 6 torpedoes. That was probably coordination from the Stemble and the new. Great. Chance to pen. 56. Chance to pen. 60. Target Louisiana. Focus fire on Louisiana. Heavy cruisers launching again. I don't really have a rudder anymore on the Chesma. It's just people sticking a paddle in the water and making the ship turn that way. Hopefully it's going to be enough. The Natron Mania was the ship that was healthier. She still is, but not by that much. I'm angling to get a torpedo hit on the Louisiana, but there are too many torpedo capable or sonar capable ships around. This is my problem with the torpedoes currently. They are... Oh shit. They are way too good at dodging. And I mean the AI is way too good at dodging. Secondaries on the Whipple. Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll dodge that. Flooding on Louisiana. She's not fast. Target the Louisiana with torpedoes. See if you can make it work. More flooding. Focusing fire seems to be paying off. I'm down to 178 shells. Louisiana better start flooding faster, or we're going to run out of shells to take down the Ohio. Oh, fuck me. Hold back emergency. Let's see, can I rely upon my torpedoes to hit the Louisiana? I think I might be able to. Because she's doing 15 knots and still slowing. The torpedo should be able to plow right through that. New target, Ohio. Chesma, new target, Ohio. These damn destroyers are still harassing me. Have you guys caught up with the transports yet? You still haven't. What's your speed, Rosia? Just break formation and scoot towards that target. Full speed. There's going to be 4 and 5-inch guns which will take it down. There's nothing left in my battleship. Torpedoes still appear to be on course. But the Louisiana is dodging. Shit, she's gonna get away with it. You were not supposed to do that. Flooding on the Ohio, very good. Neutron Mania is doing pretty poorly now. 19% structural integrity. And I'm posing full broadside to an 18-inch gun battleship. Try to finish off the Louisiana, please. Torpedo hit on the heavy cruiser. Good damage, but no kill. Louisiana continuing to avoid. This is going to come right down to the wire, because I'm running out of shells, and the ship really does not have the structural integrity left to try this thing again. Do we still have our portside torpedo launchers, or have they been wiped out? Come on, Ohio. Just a scratch. I have one salvo left on one quintuple launcher on the stern. That is all that I have left, torpedo-wise. Finally, Louisiana's down. Next target is the Ohio. I have plenty of shells for the 8s, for the 4s and the 3s, but no range. And the 8 is in range, but does not have that much ammunition left. Come on, Ohio. Take the shells. Your sister ship already went down. That last transport is dead, yes? I can tick that off of my to-do list. Yeah, she's gone. Alright, then DDs. DDs. Here. I need you to travel about 55 kilometers to intercept the battleship. %1 structural integrity left on the Neutron Mania. This thing has really given it all she could. She has been hit by 9 torpedoes. She's been hit by 155 18-inch shells? Really? Damn. That was the one that did most of the damage, the 18-inch shells. Chesma's down to 80 shells. Oh no. Only fire when you have an accurate solution. Try to ignore the DDs as much as you can. Portside torpedo launcher. Do we still have a portside torpedo launcher? We do. Torpedoes away. Against the cruiser here. The Scranton. .9% structural integrity. What's the Ohio speed? 22 knots? Damn. Still fast, huh? But there is good news. The Ohio is about to run dry. She has very few shells remaining. That's enough for another 2 salvos. And then she's finished. 0.4% structural integrity. Neutron Mania sinks due to structural damage. She really gave it all she had. Out of the 81,000 damage that I did, this one ship dealt 36,000. The Chesma, mostly serving as a punching bag for enemy torpedoes, took 1,600 damage. This thing took 3,600. So she can take it. And she can dish it out. Ceasefire. Destroyers. Currently 44 kilometers out. I hope we still have enough of them. No. Hold on. Detach. Way to go. Best speed towards the battleship. You too. What the hell are you doing here? And what's the Samson doing here? What the fuck? Okay. My dear developers, I have said it several times and I will say it several more times. Fix the formation system. Because it is not bloody working. The way that those destroyers were in one formation, in one division, should have had them all go the same way. But for some reason or another, they just decided to do completely different things. I mean, look at the Samson. The Samson is 12 kilometers away from her closest division mate. And she was supposed to be in a standard formation. Or sorry, she was in a loose formation, but not that loose. If you switch to formation loose, ships can reach their top speed. Formation be easily abrupted. Yeah. Well, if ships are a maximum of 54 kilometers apart, then we're not talking of a formation anymore. That's something completely different. Range to the battleship, 12 kilometers. The good news, she doesn't have any shells. The bad news, neither do I. Or at least, not by a whole lot. About 18% chance to hit. Didn't pen, didn't hit. Nothing. I cannot really take too many chances with my main salvos. Off. There. Flooding. What I'm hoping to do is slow her down so that my other ships can catch up. And in the meanwhile thin the ranks of the heavy cruisers, allowing the DDs a better chance to move in. These torpedoes, if lucky, will catch 1 or 2 heavy cruisers and inflict some damage on them. In an ideal world, they'll hit the Ohio, but I really doubt that. How many secondaries do I have left? I have 40 shells for the 8-inch. Well, that's lovely. It's basically useless. Alright, it looks like one of these guys single-handedly sunk both of the destroyers. The Macon has detected the torps, turning to avoid. All cruisers immediately move away from the torpedoes. Speed, 16 knots, moving to 18 knots. Ohio speed, it's 19. This is going to take a while. Alright, a good deal later. Several more of my ships are now in a better position to attack. Their heavy cruisers are not quite exhausted yet, but it's not far off. The Minneapolis running low on 8 and 5-inch ammo and holding fire. Scranton holding fire on her 8-inch. Olympia holding fire on her 8-inch as well. Ohio, already out of 18-inch for a long period of time, only has her 3-inch guns left. The problem is, however, I need to kind of deliver these torpedoes right on top of the ship. Because if I don't do that, they will get dodged. Chesma is still, well, plowing ahead, if you want to call it that. Trying to get her torpedoes into range. But she too is struggling. She's only going to make 16 knots and she's really struggling to get up to that speed. I blew away one of their heavy cruisers because it was continuously giving me trouble with torpedoes. I only have 14 shells left. 14 shells, that is it. At this point, I am troubled by this, the secondary armament, the 3-inch guns on this, the Ohio. Fortunately, though, she's pushing right into me. So, I might be able to turn to port and then drop my torpedoes. That's what I hope, anyway. At the same time, we're going to deliver some damage with Chesma which is firing her very last salvo into the Ohio. And then at the same time, the Russia, unharmed and currently unopposed, can also add in her torpedo damage, which is just 2 torpedoes per side. It is not great, but it will have to do. Come on. There we are, torpedoes in the water. The Ohio immediately spots them. There is another very Russian thing I can do, and that's just to ram it. It's not particularly gentle, but it generally will work. Although I haven't rammed any ship in quite a while. Actually, hold off on the torps for now. Hard to port. Looks like the DD going out in faction with flash fires all over the place. Did manage to land 2 torpedoes on Ohio. And whereas my ships have a very good torpedo blister, these ships do not. So this, tandemed, at least such is my hope, tandemed with their low availability of bulkheads, should overwhelm their damage control parties. Yeah, she just got hit a whole lot of times. She landed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gone. Ohio down to 30% buoyancy. Continuing to drop. Russia. Russia. Are you kidding? Are these torpedo launchers locked in place? Oh, they are fucking locked in place. Well, no matter. It might just work. I think the Ohio has too many problems to solve. There she goes. So now I just need to deal with a couple of heavy cruisers. Although they are officially a secondary objective, so I have already won. And I think I'm going to leave it at this, because this video is already 70 minutes long, and I don't mind doing long-form content, but just hunting down a couple of heavy cruisers with 4-inch guns. Or hoping that some of my DDs will get close enough to do damage against these ships, which are very potent against destroyers. It's probably not that interesting. So, the invasion of Vladivostok has been prevented, thankfully. It did come at quite the price, though. We have lost one of our super battleships, and the Chesma is going to need some serious maintenance. She has now been hit by a total of 19 torpedoes and 77 18-inch hits. She's still here. She's looking a little battered, but she's still here. So, objective complete. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the battle. The objective has been completed, and, well, let's see what that means for the rest of the story. Linked down below is the previous parts of this story, so you can have a look at those if you haven't seen those yet. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more videos.